October is National Women's Small Business Month, but 50 years ago, celebrating women in small business was not on the radar. In fact, women could not even get a credit card without a man's signature until 1974.
Yeah, that law changed 50 years ago. Coming up this October 28th marks that anniversary. I know, not that long ago. So joining us with more about where women stand in today's business climate is Tara Kinnatetter with Ferguson Wellman. Good morning, Tara. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, glad you're here.
It's kind of wild to think, gosh, 50th anniversary. Not that far back. Yeah, it's been 50 years since the Equal Credit Opportunity Act took effect. So how did this law really change the landscape, particularly for women in business?
Sure. Well, and I just have to say, 50 years ago, that was, as you said, it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was because of the act that it then became illegal for anyone to be denied credit based upon marital status or gender.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very hard to believe. We, as women, needed a cosigner in order to open up a credit card or your own bank account. Prior to that, it needed to either be your father, your brother, or your husband.
I mean, yeah, I would have had to, I'm 33 years old, I would have had to get dad on the phone or I would have been out of luck. It's kind of wild to wrap your head around.
It just wasn't that long. I really am struggling with that one as well. So after that law passed, how did it change women in the business landscape?
Well, shortly thereafter, so that happened in 1974. In 1978, women banded together in Denver, Colorado to create and open the first women's bank, which is pretty cool. On day one of opening, they received $1 million in deposits.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
$1 million in 1978, which is today about $4.8 million.
Wow. And that was just one day?
And that was day one.
Wow.
That was the day that they opened.
Right.
Wow.
And proof that women were, out there making their own money, running the family business,
Yes.
managing the family's finances, but having to jump through some incredible hurdles to do that.
100%.
So we fast forward to today, and you look at now reports say 42% of businesses are now owned and operated by women, which is fantastic, a number that is still rising by some estimates. So
Yes.
why are we still seeing a bit of a gap, where it comes to getting women in business and getting women in finance, likely remnants of needing to play catch up here?
Well, as you and I both know, it was our mothers and our grandmothers, all of ours, that didn't have that ability until 50 years ago. But soon, by having their own credit card, they gained new independence, new confidence, if you will. Also, banks then were able to start looking at them as being financially responsible because for the first time, they were able to have their own credit score, their own credit history. So they could apply for a car loan, get their own mortgage, do the things that they wanted to do for their own financial lives to create their own future.
Lease their own office space or their own
Right.
place,
All of that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
and speaking to the catch-up factor of this, I mean, there is still the pay gap. That is still very
Yes.
prevalent in today's day and age. We've made strides, but so we haven't arrived at the final product here yet.
Right.
So what is Ferguson Wellman doing to try to bridge these gaps, whether it's getting women into business or closing the pay gap or financial literacy even?
Sure. No, all great questions. So I'll try to pack
Yeah,
into a little
please.
bit there. From a pay gap perspective, we look across the board from an industry standard, also here in the Pacific Northwest, where we make sure that all of our employees, regardless of gender, but really based on role, that they are receiving at least median, if not the higher end of the pay scale. So that's something we're very aware of and want to make sure that we're providing the best opportunity along with employee ownership per se, because we are a 100% employee-owned firm, as you both know, founded here in Portland, Oregon, that we're very proud of, and 45% of our shareholders are women.
Wow.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, we grew up with mothers and grandmothers, to your point, Tara, that, did not have some of that financial literacy, could not have that financial literacy. So there is sometimes, I think, a hesitation on many women's parts to get involved in finances, to be proactive.
Yeah.
What do you want women to take away from, kind of keeping this anniversary in mind when it comes to taking charge of their financial future?
Absolutely. I would say that for women specifically, because it is so new, is that to have that financial education is not just important for yourself to truly understand it, but also to pass that lifelong learning about finances and investing down to the next generation. I'm going to make a quick plug here at fergusonwellman.com. We have a wonderful group of resources where you can find webinars, videos, our weekly blog, whether it be about investments or other economic trends to be able to go to. And we also have an investment glossary for our clients, and we sit down with them to make sure that we're speaking in the same language to help them learn, because that is a question that we ask them about.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
And I like that, speaking in the same language. It can be intimidating, right? Sometimes you need somebody that knows that's an expert to break it down into layman's terms.
Yeah.
So
intimidating, but also if you didn't know about that anniversary and you're learning about it now, I hope that it fills you with the same rage it filled me with, and you harness that to use, to use that and take charge of your financial future. Right.
Yeah, unbelievable. Well, Tara, really appreciate you being here. This is great to talk about here this morning.
Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Yeah, of course. And again, you can learn more about those financial education resources by going to the AM Extra tab on KOIN.com.
Yeah, we got a link there for all those resources that Ferguson Wellman has. It's never too